Holyfield smothers Tyson. And Ruiz counters.
Lewis across the ring.
On April 22, 2001, Lennox Lewis faced Hasim Rahman at Carnival City, Brockpan. Lewis was 20-1 favorite. Rahman's purse for the fight was $1.5 million, while Lewis made $7 million. Rahman came in as ready as he'd ever been, if not more so. His body was in the best possible shape. Lewis came in at then career heaviest weight. By round 3, Lewis was open-mouthed and seemingly out of ideas. Still, Rahman had never hurt the champ. He was behind on the cards, and Lewis would surely go on to get the win. Surely.
Short right hand inside from the champion, and he's able to tie Rahman up. Lewis started as a 15 or 18-1 on favorite.
It's still too early, you know, and I still don't count Rahman out. Well, this is the kind of fight that we was here looking for.
Good little clip at the end.
Probably working on that eye, that left eye.
Good jab by Lewis, and he looks a lot stronger in this round. Oh, uppercut by the champion. Rahman in a little bit of trouble. To be fair to him, he came back, and that right hand of his has come in. And what a great challenger he is.
Rahman said that he was going to make this war.
Well, he has gone to war.
Holding and punching behind the head. Rahman's got to get close in case they... Oh, beautiful. This is what he was trying to suck Lennox Lewis in again to throw the right hand. And he counted.
Well, at the moment, that wasn't a bad shot right at the end.
Not being so much of a fancy dance.
Midway through the 5th. Rahman still there. Right hand wasn't too far away. Whoa! A little bit underneath his own left eye. Good nice combination.
But in the 5th, his gas tank empty, his hands hopelessly and invitingly low, Lewis was bombed out by a stunning right cross. Lewis backed into a corner, smiled as the shot was unleashed. The defending heavyweight champion had no response other than his dazed, dopey smile, and the crushing blow landed flush on his jaw. Lewis went down like a felled horse, his legs, his equilibrium, his title, gone.
Heavyweight champion of the world, Hasim Rahman.
Joshua started the fight with his lead left hand swinging low by his waist, a risky tactic that Ruiz warned him against with a couple of early digs that had the crowd concerned. The British hero enjoyed his first scoring punches in the last 50 seconds of the second round when he landed twice with a short left hook and a stiff jab. And in round 3, he raced through the gears and dropped Ruiz with a murderous uppercut. But Ruiz shocked the world seconds later by dropping Joshua in sensational style, and he was saved by the bell moments later when he hit the deck for a second time and took another 8 count. The left hook that AJ is infamously susceptible to clipped his temple first and rendered him senseless. A zombie in a right sent him down. Joshua beat the count but was stumbling around the ring with a vacant grin, all his dreams and hard work hanging by a thread. And Ruiz pounced to batter him to the ground once again, terrifying the one-sided crowd backing their 2012 Olympic icon before the bell saved him. Trainer Rob McCracken had to somehow save his man from one of the biggest embarrassments in sport, and the 4th round looked an improvement when he tagged the challenger. Joshua admitted to hating shorter men because they were able to tuck up and dodge shots, and Ruiz, 4 inches below him, did exactly that. and in round 7 the walls and Joshua came tumbling down. AJ connected with a sweet left hook, but Ruiz countered and stunned him for a third flooring. The accusations of Joshua being chinny were proven moments later when Ruiz earned every penny of his 3 million pounds by dropping him for a 4th time and being crowned Mexico's first heavyweight world champion.
He told us he'd hear those words. Andy Ruiz.
On September 21, 1985, Larry Holmes faced Michael Spinks at Outdoor Arena Las Vegas. Holmes, who was a 6-1 favorite entering the bout, had previously beaten Michael's brother Leon in June 1981. Holmes received $3.5 million for the fight, while Spinks received $1.1 million. During the first 2 rounds, Holmes was able to control the pace using his jab. As the bout went on, Spinks was able to use unpredictable movement to throw flurries of punches from unexpected angles, which scored points but never troubled the champion. By the last few rounds, the pattern had formed, with Holmes coming forward, loading up, scoring with hard punches but never landing anything that looked like hurting Spinks. Spinks using movement to fight on the back foot, landing the odd flurry before moving out of range.
He's almost trying to get Michael into a street fight here, trying to get Michael's ire. That's the kind of fight Holmes seems to be fighting right at the moment. Well, what Larry wants to do, Padilla. Spinks says, I'm not doing anything. Combination by Spinks, working. Look at Michael. Michael is so aggressive. And the tactics that used by both fighters is not really that clean, but by hand. But I can't believe Michael, at this pace, punching on a big man and having a big man punch on you. He's punching on a bigger target, and a bigger target is punching on... Three-punch combination by Spinks. Right-hand lead by Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks has been busy from round 1. There's the uppercut. He's throwing 18 rounds at this pace. Every round, his weight. Every round, between rounds, it just seems like agony in Michael Spinks' corner, but he's trying to give a book. He's throwing a lot of punches here. It's the body shot. He shot it. 3 right hands by Spinks. Spinks hasn't actually been throwing a lot of punches the last 2 rounds, though. Now he picks up the pace. It's too bad. Chopping right by Spinks. Spinks is better inside. Again, you know, so Spinks is basically he's able to get him off. 4 rounds of... He's answered that question, no question about it. Will not do the same. Holmes too, which not too many fighters do at this stage of the fight. Both men just fighting up. There's a right hand by Spinks. Crowd around us chanting Larry, Larry, but it may be...
It was a tough and bloody fight, but in the end, the 35-year-old Holmes began to run out of breath, and the final 2 or 3 rounds forced the jury to vote for Spinks. Michael avenged his brother Leon Spinks by defeating Holmes on points. The victory made Spinks the first ever light heavyweight champion to win the heavyweight title. On October 30th, 1974, the world heavyweight champion George Foreman defended his title against the former world champion Muhammad Ali. Big George became the champion by simply destroying Joe Frazier in less than 6 minutes, while previously it was Joe Frazier who inflicted Ali's first defeat. 3 years later, Ali took revenge and went back to fight for the title. The promoter of the fight was Don King, who promised $5 million to each boxer. In the end, the fight took place in Africa, in a country that's now called the Democratic Republic of Congo. Foreman was unbeatable and had a streak of 24 consecutive knockouts. Many expected Ali to approach the fight as he had the bouts of his youth, with quick footwork and finesse. Indeed, Ali had told the press before the fight that he would attack Foreman this way. However, Ali came out with a much slower, more methodical approach. In the first round, he attacked Foreman ferociously before retreating to the ropes and allowing his opponent to throw punches and gradually tire himself out, a tactic since dubbed rope-a-dope. Ali blocked and dodged many of Foreman's strikes in the early rounds, but sustained several arm and body blows.
An improved left jab. There's a vicious, awkward, but very powerful. In round two. Oh, a great left hand taken by the champion George Foreman. There's the left hand in the eye of Foreman. There's the vicious left hook to the body. Foreman setting him up against the rope. What a vicious, fast combination by Ali. Foreman looks unusually slow with his hands. But look at this now. All of a sudden he opens up.
Eventually, Ali's strategy paid off. By the fifth round, Foreman had begun to visibly tire. Most of Foreman's shots were blocked, and when the champion did manage to land a solid blow, the iron-tough Ali taunted him by pausing to ask like a neophile, comparing vintages, if that was George's best. In the eighth, Ali saw his chance and went on the attack, knocking Foreman out with a combination of quick punches, shocking his opponent and the world. The fight showed that Ali was capable of taking a punch and highlighted his tactical genius, changing his fighting style by adopting the rope-a-dope instead of his former style that emphasized movement to counter his opponent. At that time, Ali became only the second heavyweight after Floyd Patterson, who managed to regain the heavyweight championship. On March 8, 2003, Vladimir Klitschko faced Corey Sanders at Pressegg Arena, Hanover. For a long time, they couldn't find a suitable opponent for Vladimir. No one wanted to enter the ring with him, especially after Klitschko's impressive early victories over Derek Johnson, Francois Botha, Ray Mercer, Jameel McCline. Everyone was already looking behind Sanders. The HBO channel was already planning and drawing up approximate dates for Vladimir's next fights a year in advance, against Kirk Johnson and David Tua. Vladimir didn't prepare at all for the fight against the Southpaw. Corey Sanders appeared literally a few weeks before the date of the fight and was not even on the poster for the fight. With 30 seconds left in the opening round, Vladimir threw a jab that Sanders countered with a big left hook, prompting Klitschko to enter a clinch. While in the clinch, Sanders landed another left hook that sent Klitschko to the canvas. Klitschko got up but was dropped again almost immediately. The following round, Sanders continued his assault on a visibly hurt Klitschko, dropping him twice more at the beginning of the round. The referee waved it off after the fourth knockdown.
He was able to come back and knock Sanders out. Now Klitschko's down a third time, and there are two. The left hand that Sanders is hitting him with. And he's attacking to try to get out of trouble instead of holding, and this is not going to go well. Another knockdown, the fourth time, and the referee, Gennaro Rodriguez, stops the fight, and thus ends the Vitaly Klitschko. Meanwhile, let's focus on the winner. That's the 39th win against 2 losses for Corey Sanders, and at age 37, he becomes an overnight sensation.
He wasn't even afraid when he got into the ring.
On November 9th, 1996, the world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson defended his WBA title against Evander Holyfield. The fight was supposed to take place back in June 1990, but 4 months before that, Mike sensationally lost the fight against James Douglas. As soon as the fight was announced, Tyson was a 25-1 favorite. The closest to the fight became 6-1, but Tyson was still a big favorite.
Brawling tactics will do it. It might be something different. And he's also trying to catch him coming in. That's the game plan, but he's getting hit off. As soon as he hit him, he got his attention.
When the bell rang and Tyson landed a right hand that sent Holyfield skittering across the ring, it looked like the fight might be over in the opening minute. But then a strange sight presented itself. Tyson's appointed victim did not cave in and crumble, and in fact, did not appear to be the least bit intimidated. In round 2, Holyfield forced him to the ropes and hit him with flush shots, including a powerful left that snapped Mike's head back. It was actually a one-sided fight, with Tyson winning few exchanges. The only round that clearly belonged to him was the 5th, when he finally landed some clean blows, including his trademark left hook uppercut combination, which momentarily discouraged the challenger. In the 6th, Tyson sustained a cut and was stunned by a right hand, then suffered a knockdown.
Like a champion, like the overachieving warrior that he is.
Holyfield comes right back and counters to the head.
With his right hand, there you see him again trying to rock and roll. Mike's got to throw the second and third punch in combat. Evander Holyfield is letting it all hang out.
They continue to battle. I know what happened there.
Well, this is what we came to see. How can he do without fighting in each round?
Holyfield also doing a nice job of picking off punches.
No, he's fighting him bright, brilliant. It is not letting Tyson do any of the bullying. He's doing all of it.
I think Holyfield's a lot stronger than Tyson.
Big shots, hooks, and uppercuts. Evander Holyfield is disorganizing Tyson. He's keeping him out of his attack. He's fighting a very smart fight.
Started now. Quickly tying him up as he comes in. Straight left hand there by Tyson, but a glancing blow. Back comes Holyfield. The jab of Holyfield. Good defensive move by Tyson. Ducks under the right hook by Holyfield.
Tyson. And Evander has the reach. He should use that up that jab.
The chance of Holyfield.
In the 10th, the inevitable happened. Tyson had already been stung several times over the course of the battle, but with 20 seconds left in the round, Holyfield inflicted truly serious damage with a perfectly placed counter right to the temple, and the crowd instantly came to its feet as Tyson's legs buckled. Holyfield got home 8 more clean punches before the bell, and as the champion walked unsteadily back to his corner, it was abundantly clear that the fight was over. A still hurting Tyson answered the bell for the 11th, but Holyfield quickly finished him off, the referee stopping the contest with Mike defenseless on the ropes.
I'll tell you what, the crowd thought that Mike was hurt. Mike got a good shot.
Holyfield continues to dig in. A left hook to the head. He's got Tyson in trouble. Tyson's ready to go. A straight right hand. The Talbot stops the fight.
Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
On February 25, 1965, Cassius Clay faced Sonny Liston at Convention Center, Miami Beach. Liston was favored by 7-1 odds, and only 3 of 46 sports writers covering the fight picked Clay to win. The bout went ahead and Clay boxed beautifully. Fast, hard to hit, and sharp with his own shots, Clay had also surprised many by squaring up the way he had to Liston during the face-to-face. Clay was taller than Liston, and he was bigger than many thought, Liston included. Liston couldn't catch Clay, while Clay caught him with stinging punches. By round 3, Liston was cut under the eye. It was stunning to witness, but then Liston had Clay in trouble. Unable to see and wanting the fight stopped, this at the end of round 4, Clay was shoved out by Angelo Dundee. Clay ran in round 5, his eyes clearing up. Had Liston cheated, putting something nasty on his gloves? Or had it merely been Monsell's solution that had gotten on the gloves? This used to treat Sonny's cut. On this too, we'll never know for sure. Surviving the round, the one that saw Liston pour it on, Clay had come through the biggest crisis of his career.
Mouth below his left, below the eye, and he's getting hit with all the... Round 3. It's a bit hurt. Eye at the side, moving the upper part of his body. On this fourth frame. However, he's blinking badly. Sonny's going to try to part on. Minute 30 seconds to go in the fifth. Took so far. Most of the time.
Liston had shot all his bullets and he was tired and arm-weary. Liston, to the shock of the entire world, then quit instead of coming out for round 7. All hell broke loose. If Clay was wilder than wild at the weigh-in, he was out of his mind in victory.
So I think that the corner now beginning to worry a little bit now.
Now they're working, as we note, with our camera shots in there. Below the left eye. They've already worked below the right eye. There you see them. Joe Polino trying to keep that cut closed. Do you feel as though Sonny being...
You can't have him go on winning now.
They might be stopping it. That might be all, ladies and gentlemen. Get up there, Joe. Get up there. Get up in the ring.
On February 15, 1978, Muhammad Ali faced Leon Spinks at Hilton Hotel, Las Vegas. Spinks was the 10-1 underdog. Ali, of course, didn't abandon his favorite style of defense at the ropes. He hoped that Spinks would become quickly exhausted, which would allow him to playfully deal with him. But Leon fluttered like a butterfly and stung like a bee, as the greatest did in his best years. Only toward the equator of the fight did the greatest realize his mistake and frantically tried to correct the situation. But it was too late. Spinks looked fresher and faster throughout the fight, not allowing Ali to even take a breath, let alone turn the tide of the fight. Muhammad had to correct the situation in the last rounds. The judges were definitely committed to his victory. But the younger opponent dominated until the final bell, and 2 of the 3 referees did not have the heart to give Ali the victory. The incredible upset spurred the greatest, and he decided to stay in big-time sports. After 7 months later, the revenge took place. Ali prepared much better and completely outplayed Spinks. But even this could not brighten up the defeat in the first match.
To patch up with injuries, obviously experience of going into the point win. Showing off the fathoms only.
The new
On February 11, 1990, Mike Tyson faced James Douglas at Tokyo Dome, Japan. As a 42-1 underdog, Douglas earned $1.3 million from the fight, while Tyson got $6 million. From the beginning of the fight, it was apparent that Douglas was not afraid. He displayed a lot of spring in his body movement, was not cautious in letting his punches fly whenever he saw the opportunity to attack Tyson. He used his quick and accurate jab to prevent Tyson from getting inside, where Tyson was most dangerous. Douglas would still dominate the middle rounds, although Tyson managed to land a few of his signature uppercuts. Tyson was wobbled by a chopping right during the 5th round.
Oh, an uppercut got through that time by Buster. Look at this, Buster landing some shots here. Buster death have touched him out a good left hook to the body that time. They tell me again, interesting information that Buster Douglas has landed. Now let's see if Buster can hang on and keep him off. Instead, it's Buster coming back. Japanese crowd of some 35,000 on hand here, enjoying what they certainly didn't expect. And Mike, you saw landed that big left hook, and there he goes headhunting. And you see, oh, there's Mike missing that big left and just grazed the chin of Buster Douglas. And Douglas answering with loaded up shots of his own as the bell ends. Drag this into some later rounds, but there was a real good right hand that landed off the hand. Oh, big right. Tallest guys that I can recall him fighting. You see that punishing body shot with the right hand? One stage I questioned whether that could be the fight plan to drag it into the later rounds, but Buster not showing any signs of wearing time. Doesn't seem to hurt Buster. He's in great shape, there's no question about it. Look at him pushing Mike off. Now there's something you haven't seen. Buster has got the confidence of perhaps, you know, you go back to fight to this point. Buster, a little abrasion by his left eye. Wow, with the left hand is Buster Douglas. Buster drops that big right hand, but Mike takes it on the gloves, and he backs off Mike again with the left. Wow, with the right hand is Buster. Just as I say it, wow, with the right hand that time is Buster. Buster tried.
Within the last 10 seconds of the 8th round, Tyson, who had been backed onto the ropes, landed a big right uppercut that sent Douglas to the canvas. Douglas rose as the referee signaled 9, but the bell ended the round. In the 9th round, Tyson came out aggressively to try and end the fight and save his title, hoping that Douglas was still hurt from the knockdown. Douglas was able to fight off Tyson's attack and was able to close Tyson's eye completely.
Down, he comes with the uppercut. Somehow or other, Buster's throwing shots back. Look at this. Buster is not ready to pack it in. Nobody expected us to be in. Look at these shots just loading up by... Did he buckle the legs of Mike? I don't know, he got him again. Buster fights back strongly, landing some big shots. And now he can't get killers. Look at this. Who would ever have expected this? Hit around and not Buster would back it in.
In the 10th round, Tyson pushed forward, but he was still hurting from the accumulation of punishment he had absorbed throughout the match. As Tyson reeled back, Douglas immediately followed with 4 punches to the head, knocking Tyson down for the first time in his career. In a famous scene, Tyson fumbled for his mouthpiece on the canvas before sticking one end in his mouth with the other end hanging out. The champion attempted to make it back to his feet, but referee Octavio Myron counted him out. Buster Douglas thus became the new undisputed heavyweight champion, engineering one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. On June 19, 1936, Joe Louis faced Max Schmeling at Yankee Stadium, USA. Louis was the 10-1 favorite over the German boxer. In the first rounds, Joe Louis continued to land his left jab almost at will and dug a couple of tremendous left hooks into Schmeling's midsection. In round 4, Louis started unleashing his heavy artillery. Suddenly, after Louis withdrew his left hand after landing yet another jab, Schmeling uncorked a tremendous right hand over the top of Louis's left. The punch had tremendous power and sent Louis reeling across the ring. Schmeling continued to land his right hand round after round, and after that, the only question was whether Louis would survive.
And he's got this impassive look on his face, Louis, hasn't he? And this has been an excellent round. right hand, and he's dead. So sometimes very, very hard to catch a wounded man, as Louis is. But he was... Oh, good punch again here. Impact, but Max, a crunching right hand. And despite Louis sprinting out for the shots from Schmeling, reminding you that Max Schmeling and Mickey Walker won a losing one in the... So knows he has... The expression on his face hasn't changed. Oh, decent right there from Louis a moment ago. It's Germany, not Schmeling. And again the right hand through the gap. Punch to sip through that nicely into it. To nail to the head, of course, Max Schmeling here. Louis now very well aware. So despite anything that Joe Louis... But 7 fight unbeaten. And that's Schmeling. It lost 7 and draw by and large. It's been a sport. The first man to beat Louis in the... Well, that was an interesting left hook there. Very bothered by that. And Schmeling right hands have taken. But then again, Sodas has something of a legend to beat. Got the intensive landing just one. Schmeling is the danger punch. 10. He was pushing out his left hand instead of snapping. Certainly, Schmeling's punches in this particular away from him. Well, one of the few spells of infight.
The battle was finally over in round 12. It's estimated that Lewis took at least 57 of Schmeling's right-hand bombs before he was finally knocked out. It was the only time that Lewis would be knocked out while he was in his prime.
Will he beat the kid's head? He can't beat the count, surely it's all over. So Max Schmeling wins. Terrific win from Max Schmeling and unexpected against the undefeated Joe Louis.